Hi, everybody in the group. I know you can't see me, but I wanted to try and get a setup today that would show as many cards as possible. And I thought I'd just share with you a little reading, but I'm going to make it a bit different. So we're starting off with using lots of dragon decks today. This is the Universal Dragon Oracle, and we're going to use this deck to find out what the universal energies are that are around all of us right now. And then we're going to go into each star sign, okay, each zodiac sign. And I'm going to pull, I'm being told 3 cards for each sign. And each of those little mini readings will also be connected back to this universal energy that's around us all. So let's see how it goes. I will say that if you are watching this and if you know about your zodiac, if you know about your natal chart, then don't just listen to the reading for your sun sign, because you're only getting a really small picture. Listen to the reading for your moon sign, for your ascendant, or your rising sign, that's the other name for it, for your Venus sign, which sign your Venus was in when you were born, and for your Mars. Okay, so all of those are going to be of relevance to you in this reading. Okay, and I'll do my best to make the cards stand out. I don't have a big light, so I'm relying on light from the window, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we are asking to be held in this space in unconditional love and to have dragon guidance that is clear to us all and relevant to us all in one way or another. I'm not going to keep that out yet. And I'm asking the dragons today to give us 3 cards that tell us about the universal energy at the moment that is affecting everybody, this planetary universal energy that we will all recognize in some way playing out in our lives. Okay, thank you. So we're going to go with the top card. And we've got the energy of creation. Okay, what a great one if you're watching in the Northern Hemisphere, which I think most of you are in the Northern Hemisphere. Creation, that's spring energy, isn't it? But look at that dragon. I mean, we haven't got spring colors on this. This dragon is it's a galactic dragon. This is deep creation. This is creation coming from the soul level. What are we wanting to create that is in complete alignment with our soul's expression? We're going deep at the moment with these universal energies. So we're going to take one from the middle. And we have the card of independence. Okay, we're looking at how we can co-create with each other rather than be codependent on each other. How can you bring more independence into your life in every way, you know, into all areas of your life? How can you be more self-reliant without going too far in that direction, so that you get to a point where you think you can't rely on other people, or you think you don't need to rely on other people, because there will always be that balance where we need to have both. We need our independence within relationship with others rather than instead of relationship with others. And another galactic looking card. These are deep energies, and we're just going to look at what's on the bottom. Boundaries. So now we've got a ley line dragon here, and this one is a much more earthy card. So we're bringing it down to earth. These galactic energies of creation and independence are coming down to earth as boundaries. Now, that isn't just about creating the sort of boundaries that push people away, because we never want to do that. What we need is the boundary around us to know exactly what we want as we stand in our independence, to create in our lives exactly what we want, and then to stand in the power of that. By standing in the power of our own creation, our own independence, our own self-realization, we naturally create the boundaries because we believe in ourselves enough to say no when it's necessary to do so, and no as a full sentence, not no because, just no. So really powerful energies to begin the reading, and these are universal energies, so really think about where they are in your life and how they are affecting you. And then I'm going on to use a dragon tarot deck, okay? And I've not had this deck long, so it's great to use it in a reading with others, because I've only used it for myself, but I found it very powerful and very accurate. So we are calling on the dragons through this deck today, please. And we're going to start with the beginning of the zodiac, which is Aries. So if you are an Aries sun, moon, ascendant, Venus or Mars, this is for you, okay? And if you don't know what you are, I'm going to let that come out. If you don't know what you are, then go and there's loads of places you can do free astrology, natal charts on the internet to find out. Okay, so the first card that jumped out was the Five of Pentacles. And what else for our Aries? In these current energies, what does Aries need to know? What guidance is there for Aries in these current energies, please? Can we have cards jumping out for Aries? Or cards sticking out for Aries in this current energy? Okay, well, we've ended up with more than the three. So we've got Ten of Cups. Can you see these? I think you can. Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So lots of great money energy here. This is Pentacles are very earthy. They're the material realm. And Cups are water. They're your emotions. So we're just going to start with the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So this is about your traditional ways of looking at money, finances, your material possessions, your whole material life, your physical life, and it being just not quite how you want it to be. It's not an equal on all levels. You know, you might be doing okay in one area, but another area you're feeling like you're depleted, you haven't got enough of something. So looking at where in your material life, your financial life, you feel you haven't got that abundance that you think you deserve, that you feel like you should have by now. The Ten of Cups is a lovely card of, it's really, all the tens are about completing a journey. And this is an emotional journey that you've been on. So where you might be lacking a little bit on the material plane, on the emotional plane, you might be feeling really high. You might be feeling like you've got everything you want in your life. You know, you've got love, you've got support, you've got friendship. Your emotions are on a high, but perhaps money is the sticking point right now. And then we're going to move on to the Seven of Pentacles. So we've got some progression here, which is really nice. So we're going from this stuck, perhaps feeling like you're without rather than having, into the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about planting the seeds for what you want to harvest. So out of this area, try and blend your good emotional high with your finances. Start trying to look at them, bring this into your financial situation without it bringing you down, so that you can start planting seeds in a better way that's moving you onto the Six of Pentacles, which is a new direction, and it's leaving the past behind. Okay, so we're going from this place of perhaps depletion, worry, not having everything we need, into a completely new direction that will take us to new shores, to something where we can leave the past behind. We don't need to take any of that with us. And it's all about the giving and receiving that you need to do in order to get there. So balancing the giving and the receiving. How can you do that? How can you plant seeds so that not only do you give, but you receive? It's going to move you on. You're making a choice to do this. You're making a choice to hold gratitude and hold appreciation for what you have rather than what you don't have. So I'm very aware actually there that I brought in, I'm just thinking back, I actually brought in some of the message of the Six of Swords. So that's interesting. That's probably part of what needs to be in this. So the moving from the past forward isn't just about a progression from 5 to 6. It is about, it really was about the Six of Swords. So bear that in mind as well. But we're really wanting that to balance that giving and receiving energy in our lives. And, you know, we need boundaries to do that. A lot of us are overgivers. We need our boundaries in place. Aries is a fiery sign. Are you giving and expecting something in return? And, you know, it's just not materializing in the passionate way that you want it to, but it might be there. You know, you might just be not looking at it correctly. It might actually be there, but without the passion and the fire behind it that you associate with somebody giving back to you. It might be being done in a much quieter way. If you are in a relationship of any sort, it might be that you're in a relationship with an earth sign. There's an awful lot of earth sign energy on this table. So if you are, the way that they will be giving isn't going to be in that passionate, fiery, throwing things in your face way. It's going to be in a very stable, supportive manner. So make sure that your perspective is looking at from all sides. You are creating a new vibe financially, Aries, and it will help you to be more financially independent. Okay, so let's go on to our lovely Taurus, which is the energy of the moment. We are in Taurus right now. So what have the dragons got for Taurus? What can they tell us? What guidance is there for Taurus? More Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and one more card for Taurus, please, or the rest of the message for Taurus right now. What else do we have for Taurus right now, please? What else can the dragons be telling Taurus? Okay. So it's interesting. We've got 2 Pentacles in a cup again. Really interesting. Pentacles, earthy energy, Taurus, and Taurus is well known for the in the Zodiac as being a card of money and making money. Okay. We have the 3 of Pentacles here. So the 3 of Pentacles is about being the master craftsman in your life, being the one that goes that little bit further. So if this is from a work perspective, Taurus, you've got some really balanced energy behind you, but you can take it now to the next level. You can take it to a whole new level that brings creation, a new creation around. You know, it will really help you. I mean, 3s are a very creative energy anyway. They're connected to the Empress, who is Mother Nature. She is the grand creatrix. So where you have a balance in your life, and let's look at it not just from a job perspective, but as a material realm perspective, where there's balance, where you've found your path, where you're going forward, what can you do next to take it to the next level, to really create something that aligns with your soul energy? And that's moving into the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, again, emotions, it's like the I've got everything I want card. So whereas the 10 was the completing of a cycle and was that the best it could be, this is I've actually got everything I want here. And it might be that your independence is attached to that. So if you're looking at this and going, well, I haven't got everything I want on an emotional level, then perhaps you need a bit more independence. You need to be looking at how you can be more independent of others while still being in relationship with others to get this feeling. Because this is a feeling, it's an emotion. It's looking around you and being so grateful because all of your cups are full. And then we're moving into the Page of Pentacles. So this page, as you can see, he's got his book open. He's learning something new, and he's learning something that's going to be long lasting. And he's got a nice earthy green dragon watching over him, helping him. This could be a message. Sometimes pages are messages, but it's like a new beginning on a new level of your life where you are learning something new. There is a process that is going to teach you something new, and it's usually something related to your work, but it can be related to the hobbies you enjoy as well. It's something that's going to bring you fulfillment. Yeah. You may need to put some boundaries around you as you do this. If it is that you're starting a new course, it may be that you have to say no to some other things in your life so you've got the time to do it. So we've got lots of creative energy. We're creating something from where we already are. We're being really appreciative of what we've got, of our feelings. We want all those cups overflowing. We want them to be full and then overflowing. We want them to move into that 10 that the Aries got. And because we're feeling like life's moving us forward, we've got some new creation going on. We're feeling emotionally fulfilled. Times are happy. So we can allow ourselves that time to learn something new. This is the time for you. So there we go, Taurus. And we will next go into my sun sign of Gemini. And we're going to leave that out as I was thinking of Gemini. And oh my goodness, here we go. We are leaping out for Gemini. All you Geminis out there. Okay. And we have Death. Do I really need all these? Okay, we're going to have all these. Okay, so we're going from... Now, these all go together. I'm going to keep them together because they're all one message. Death, Three of Wands, King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, all in one nice message. Okay. So let's go with this Nine of Pentacles. Your Nine of Pentacles, this is Geminis. This is doing well as an independent person. This is success on a material plane that comes through your independence. Okay, it's that energy of I've created all this all by myself. I've done it alone. It doesn't mean I can't share it with the world, but if I do, I know to share perhaps 4 areas, 4 lumps of money, 4 sacks of money, and keep 5 for myself, because I know that means that I am being loving of myself. I can take care of myself while still sharing with others. So in that energy at the moment of really feeling like we're happy in what we've created. Followed by the Four of Swords. Now, fours are all about stability and foundations. The Four of Swords is about having that a bit of instability around your mental processes still. So things haven't quite all lined up mentally yet. Your thought processes, you haven't got all your ducks in a row in how you're thinking about something. So it might be that you're thinking about, how do I create this? How does this Nine of Pentacles come into being? How do I create those thought processes of independence? How do I rely on myself, my own thought processes to get here? And under the Boundaries card, we have, let's start with Death. And I love this card. So death isn't about death in the sense of somebody leaving this plane. Okay, death is about the death of the ego. It's a transformation, a transmutation of energy. It's interesting actually, because I'm going to put it down while I show you. So we have the Grim Reaper here on his green dragon. So we've got more earthy green energy here. And behind him, there's a mountain, okay, with a ship that's heading towards this beautiful sun over this city. And there's a few leaves being lost on this tree in the process. But basically, we are heading in this direction. We are heading from the mountain. We are on the ship of transformation, and we're heading to this beautiful sunshine over this beautiful new part of our life. Okay, so transformation is needed, and it may be through boundaries, through saying no to things in your life that are no longer needed. We have the Three of Wands. So again, threes, creation, but wands are a fiery energy. They are an energy of passion and purpose. This Three of Wands is asking you to look a bit further ahead. It's asking you to look more towards your horizons. So you're not just looking at what's happening now. If you're planning to try and reach this, what do you have to do? What do you want on that horizon? What do you want it to look like? So rather than focusing on what you haven't got, what's not right at the moment, what do you want it to look like? And then we've got the King of Cups here. This could be a man, a water sign, or somebody with a lot of water in their charts. It could also be a woman with more masculine energies, but this man is emotionally fulfilled. He has everything he needs emotionally. He is happy with his lot in life. His emotions are balanced. He knows who he is on an emotional level. He is very emotionally mature. And if this isn't a man, then this is your own emotional stability. Trying to find, if you're looking to the horizon, yeah, and what you want, then having that emotional stability will always bring you happiness and joy. Even if you don't have all these pentacles, all this money, all these coins, emotional stability is really, really important. But of course, you do have all these pentacles and coins if you find this emotional stability, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles. You've moved from the 9 all the way through to the 10. So by creating these boundaries and saying, and these might not be boundaries with other people, you know, these can be boundaries with ourselves. It can be, I have been through this transformation, and I can speak about this from my own for my own self, because this is what I've been through, this big internal transformation. And now I'm looking to new horizons. This transformation made me say no to the things that I no longer wanted in my life, to the ideas I had, to the emotions that I was finding unfulfilling, to all the parts of me that were causing negative disruption. I said no to. I put up boundaries. I went through the transformation. I started looking to my horizons. The King of Cups is on my horizon. He's there. And that will bring me to the Ten of Pentacles. That is the full chest of money, the full abundance. That is everything you could ask for from an abundance, from a material level. And by the time you get to the 10, we're on equal coins again. This can be a partnership for you. It doesn't have to be a love partnership. It might be through work that you're doing with somebody else that you really love. And that partnership will earn you both equal amounts of abundance. Okay, I hope that all made sense. We ended up with quite a lot of cards there. So, who are we on next? Cancer. Our crabs. So what do the dragons have as guidance for Cancer right now? Our Cancer suns, moons, rising, Venus and Mars. Cancer energy. Come on, Cancer, you're hiding. You're a hermit crab. Ah, perhaps there's something there. Oh, okay, so we've got Page of Swords, Ten of Swords, one more card at least, please, for Cancer energy. Thank you. Nine of Cups and, oh, Page of Pentacles. Okay. So, Cancerians. Page of Swords. Okay, we've got this lovely golden dragon around him. Swords are always air. That's the air. So there's we've got two air here, one earth sign, one water sign, and you are a water sign. So let's look at this from the creation perspective. What are you creating with this golden dragon? What thoughts are you creating at the moment? What's swirling through your mind about what you would like to be doing, what new creation you'd like to be bringing into the world? The Ten of Swords is quite a heavy card in that it's saying you've been stabbed in the back before, or you're feeling like you're being stabbed in the back, that you haven't got the support that you need. But because these are swords and swords are air signs, this is all in your mind. You know, if you feel like you're being stabbed in the back by somebody, and you might be saying, well, I have, they've done something to me, and it's very obvious that they've done something to me, and it's caused a negative ripple in my own life. You don't have to view it like that. You can view it as a lesson, as something that you might have to, you know, do a little bit of a deep dive into. But you can view it as a lesson so that going forward, because this is the end of a cycle, going forward into the new way of thinking, you don't have to take that with you anymore. You don't have to carry that experience you might have had, or just that feeling you might have had, or those mental thought processes that have been chasing you, that somebody is always out to get you. On the traditional tarot decks, there is a man lying on the floor with all these swords hovering over his back. They're not actually touching him, but they're hovering over his back, and he looks exhausted. You can exhaust yourself so easily with all these mental thought processes that are negative. Don't do it to yourself. Let the page lead the way. Let him take you into something new. And if your thoughts are swirling a bit, then sit with them. Don't let them take over and become negative. It's all down to you, Cancer, which way these go. So the Nine of Cups, the independence, Nine of Cups is your emotional happiness, fulfillment. You've got everything you want emotionally. You're going to get that through your independence. So if this is a reading for you, if this is about work, you might find that in a work situation, there's an awful lot of stress, mental stress going on. And for you, if you can gain some independence, you're going to actually get this more of this feeling of the Nine of Cups. And you know, you are a feeling card, you're a water sign. You want the feelings, you don't want this overstimulation of the mind. You want to sink into your body and find the areas of your life where you are feeling good and focus on those. And then we're moving into your Page of Pentacles, like we had for Taurus. And this page, again, this is about learning something new. And it might be learning something as in a course, learning something new in your career, learning something new about yourself. It's usually something that will bring you material benefit, which is why it's the Page of Pentacles. It's going to bring you some material benefit. So it's nice that it's under the Boundaries card, which is the material plane. It's the ley line dragon. It's the energies of the material plane. These are far higher, more spiritual energies. So I think for you to get out of this feeling perhaps of being a bit stuck in some mental negativity or mental mind swirls, you need to start focusing on what will bring you fulfillment, what will make you feel good, what it is you need to learn to get there. Okay, so that's Cancer. Now, who comes next? Leo. Is it Leo? Yeah, Leo. I have to remember my zodiacs in order. Okay, what do we have for Leo right now, dragons? What guidance do you have for Leo? Oh, okay, we've got three. We've got the High Priestess, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands. And we're going to stick with that. I'm being told we're not going through to any more cards. Okay, High Priestess, Leo. She is the intuitive one. She is the one that looks beyond the material realm. She looks into the depths, she looks into the void, and she gets her information from those places. If you're creating something new that is from that deep depth of who you are, then you having her in this position is great, because she's really there to help you to really listen to your instincts, your gut, your intuition, and to bypass all the all the thought processes that tell you that you're not hearing correctly. Just trust that if you're wanting to create something new, you have to listen to the one who knows how to go into those depths, the one who knows how to jump into the void and find the information that's needed and bring it back out to create something in your life. The Eight of Pentacles. So eights are about strength. They match up with the Strength card in the tarot, in the major arcana. The Eight of Pentacles is about looking at where you are, and I'm listening now because I'm going slightly with some of these, like I did with this first one with the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. I'm merging a few energies here. I'm just going with what I'm getting. There's something about balancing your independence on a material level. So this might be your financial independence, making sure you're balancing it with somebody else so that you are really giving and receiving in a fair manner. There is strength in the sharing. even if you have that financial independence, if you're with somebody and you've both got separate bank accounts, there's strength in the sharing. Don't be keeping more to yourself, or if you feel that somebody is keeping more of their share to themselves and not sharing with you, then definitely bring that up. So there is something here about balancing material abundance with your independence. And then we're moving on to the Page of Wands. So this is a page, you can see this one really is a messenger. He's bringing a message, and it's going to be something that's moving quite quick. It's about something that's happening quite quickly. He is, again, it's like a new start, but more of a passionate, perhaps full of purpose. Perhaps you've dived in, the High Priestess has dived into this, what you're really wanting to create here, Leo. And this is Leo energy. It's wands, it's Leo energy, it's fire energy. So you've done the deep dive, you've found what you want to create, you've begun to get that intuitive knowledge, and you're bringing it out into the world in a way that is going to be sharing it in a very balanced way. You'll keep your independence, but while co-creating with other people. Your strength is in that balance, and that will take you into a new passionate start in something. It could be in a new job, it could be it can be relationships, but it's more a new job, a new social setting. There's going to be something new coming up, and you may receive a message, an email, a text that gets you started, or that brings you the information you need, that you were missing, that you need to get started with. And as it's under the boundaries card, it's going to be about whatever's in this message, making sure that you go back to the High Priestess, to your intuition, and making sure that everything in the message aligns and balances with what you want to do next. So there might be some parts of the message that you have to say no to. You don't have to say no to the whole message, but actually take time. Don't rush too quickly, because the wands energy is quick. It can rush straight into something without really looking at some details. Look at the details, make sure it's balanced for you. There's 3 there. 3 is a creative energy, but it's not a balanced energy. So where do you need to find that balance? Okay, hello, that was Leo. Right, who comes after Leo? Virgo. So, lovely Virgos, what do the dragons have for you? Let's see, dragons, what guidance do you have for Virgo? Sun, moon, rising, nearly came out. Oh, here we go. The World, the Wheel of Fortune, Death, and Judgment. Oh my goodness, Virgo, this is such a powerful time for you. All 4 cards are major arcana cards. Sit up and listen. Okay, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars. Wow. Let's look at this. The World card. We have a dragon here surrounding the world. The World card is the end of not just a cycle in your life, it is the end of, it's like you've finished off one book and you're starting a brand new book. You're becoming a whole new person. You're creating yourself anew. The cycle you completed was a karmic cycle. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune is our destiny and our fate. And in this reading, it is turning forward. It's a positive turn. We're going from this old version of who we were into this new version, and we don't know who we are yet. We're spinning the wheel to find out. It's going to take a little bit of our own independence in a way of, we have to do it alone. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to be all on our own and be living on our own or not have people around us, but it means it's our personal journey. It's nobody else's, and nobody else has any say over it, only you. And spinning that new wheel of destiny, takes you naturally into a cycle of transformation, because you can't be the old person in this new place, because this card is calling you to where you need to be. Oh, this is so magical. Wow, this is really powerful, Virgo. You are being called, and there is something in you that you can feel, and you might not even be able to put it into words, but you are being called into something new. In the traditional tarot, you see people, this is your higher self, your higher power. In the traditional tarot pictures, you tend to have people standing up out of their coffins, stepping into something new, because the trumpet is calling them, the trumpet of their new life, the trumpet of their higher self. This cycle that you completed, this karmic debt is over. You might still feel little bits of it, but don't bring it with you. Don't bring those old ways with you. You're not going to be able to anyway, because when you get to here, they're going to be transmuted. They're going to be something completely new. And these boundaries are simply that. They are, say no to the past. Say no to the karmic cycles you've left behind, because, you know, we do have that part of our mind that tries to bring them with us still. You know, we go to do something, and the mind tries to make us do it in a way that we used to do it, from a place that we used to do it from. But when we've completed a karmic cycle and we're this whole new person, then we need to be making our judgments, creating our boundaries from the person that we're becoming. And you can end up feeling a little bit spacey for a while. You know, it might be a bit of a spacey time where you're not quite sure where your feet touch the ground. But that's okay. Go with it. Sit with it. Virgo, this is massive. Well done for completing a major cycle. And I'm getting, it's not just from this lifetime, it's from many. And it's ancestral. You have completed something huge. Destiny is taking you forward into this transformationary time where you are being called into your highest purpose. Wow. I'd love to hear from some of you Virgos. I'd love to hear from you all, but some of you Virgos, wow, what's going on? Okay, what comes after Virgo? Where are we? Libra, my ascendant. Okay, what do the dragons have for Libra? What guidance do we have for Libra today? We have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. And I'm getting to take one more for Libra. One more shuffle for Libra. Oh, that one's coming. Oh, I don't know. I think they're both coming out actually. Oof. Okay. Right, Libra. This could be about love. Let's start here. Seven of Cups and what we're creating. The Seven of Cups is all about all your different dreams and fantasies, all the things, you know, you might be wanting to create something, but you've got so many ideas. Yeah, loads of different ideas, and you're not quite sure which one to pick. I would say go with the one that you feel brings you the most joy. Don't choose money. So this is the Seven of Cups. It's about our emotions. Which of all those ideas would bring you the most happiness? And there might be more than one. If so, try one, you know, try one for a bit. If it doesn't work, try the next one. You know, the universe turns us around quite quickly if we're trying an idea out, or an emotional out, or an emotional bond out, and it's not the right one. The universe will tell us quite quickly. So Seven of Cups, lots of hopes, lots of dreams, lots of ideas at the moment that could all bring emotional fulfillment. The Queen of Cups, she is a water sign, if it's a woman. It could be a man also with strong feminine energy. The Queen of Cups is in her emotions, but very balanced in them. She knows who she is in that emotional, watery world. She's very intuitive. She's very in tune. She's very good at being compassionate, helpful, loving to others. She's very kind. The Queen of Cups could be somebody coming into your life. If you're a man, it could be a love interest. If you're a younger man, it might be a mothering type, somebody, it could be a mother, it could be a friend who's got that mothering instinct. It's somebody who is going to bring you that feeling of emotional fulfillment and joy and love. If you're a woman, then this could be you, or again, it could be a mother, aunt, grandma, anybody that is an older female that is going to help you in your life in some way. The Two of Swords, this is often shown in the tarot as a woman blindfolded, holding two swords across her chest. The Two of Swords to me, especially in this deck, is telling us that we have two ideas here, two thought processes at once. We're perhaps going back and forth between two things and not being able to decide. We know we've got lots of ideas here that could bring emotional fulfillment. We know we've got emotional fulfillment here and stability present. Perhaps it's something that we are creating for ourselves. But this Two of Swords says you're backing and forthing with something, and it's a mental thing. It's something that you're perhaps overthinking. There's not and you can't see the clear way forward. And perhaps that's where we need to have a little bit more independence. If you're thinking about things from the perspective, especially if you are the Queen of Cups, you might be trying to decide what's best for two people. And you're being called then to stand in your independence and say, no, I need to decide what's best for me. What are my dreams? What are my ambitions? What brings me emotional fulfillment? What do I want to do? Choose you, and then everything falls into place. We have this Page of Wands again. This is fire energy. This is perhaps a message that comes in very quickly. This message is going to bring you a message here, Libra, about it's going to affect your independence, and you may have to look to whether or not it's something you want to embrace. You're going to have to make a choice. The Lovers is not just love in your life, it is a choice. What out of this message, out of this idea, because it doesn't have to be a message in the traditional sense, it might be a message from spirit. You know, it might be an idea that comes down to you that comes in very quickly, and you have to make a choice as to which of those two options, or which of those two people, if this is love and you've got more than one person to choose from, which of those two people, this page of wands is going to give you a clear indication. I think it's going to show you which option to take with this message that's coming in from wherever it's coming in from. And you will make a choice. You will come to a conclusion. And if this is love, and this is, you know, if this is a love reading, you're being shown that you might have lots of options. If it isn't lots of options in people, then it's lots of options in what you want from this relationship. Look to your Queen of Cups. What is she telling you? What's she sharing with you about what you want? Because she knows. Don't let the mental thought processes get in the way, because you're going to feel like you're not sure. There's going to be a choice and you don't know how to make it. But there will be something coming in that helps you to make that choice, so that you get to this balance with the lovers. Either you choose love, or you choose the lover that you want, or you choose the best choice for you that will bring you into a feeling of love and compassion in your life. Phew. Okay, I think these are getting longer and longer. So where were we? Libra. So Scorpio next. So we're looking for guidance, please, dragons, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. We're getting loads of Nine of Cups. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars and Venus, Scorpio. Okay. And is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay. So we're starting with our Nine of Cups again. We're getting used to the Nine of Cups. So this is, we've got everything we could wish for. That feeling of we've got everything that we could wish for. And perhaps this is what you're creating in your spacey, darker depths, Scorpio. You're trying to create everything that you could wish for. And you have Temperance here. So Temperance is saying, make sure that whatever you are creating brings balance. And it might be that balance between independence, so co-creation, and codependence. You know, codependence and interdependence in the relationship. Very different things. She is balancing out the emotions, the water between two cups. So she's trying to find that emotional balance. What will bring you that emotional balance? The Nine of Cups, we can look at it actually as, yes, that's exactly what we want, but it is 9. It's an odd number. It's not quite balanced. It's not really completed until it's 10. So there's still, even though we might feel or we might think that we're creating everything we want, there's something that's a bit out of balance. We need to look to Temperance. And, you know, she's also saying we have to be patient with the process. It doesn't happen overnight. And if it did happen overnight, it probably wouldn't bring you everything that you wanted. The Two of Pentacles is a card, again, of balance. Balance on the material plane between, you know, it could be a financial balance, balancing the books. It could be balancing giving and receiving. It could be balancing finances between two people. It could be balancing out possessions. But it's about finding your stability, finding your balance again. So we've got a double balance here. Balancing boundaries. If this is to do with love, I would say that you're being told to make sure as you're setting your boundaries that you're very aware of the other person's boundaries as well, that you're not overstepping theirs. You might be thinking, well, they're not listening to me, they're not appreciating and respecting my boundaries, but are you appreciating and respecting theirs? That's just something that came through. It might only be for one or two of you. And this is all leading to the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is great. The Ace of Pentacles is a whole new cycle, a whole new beginning on the material plane, the plane of abundance, the plane of finances. So by creating that balance in your boundaries, you're going to end up here, Scorpio, in this new start, this new place of a new pathway. Okay, a new pathway. You're going to emerge from your cave. This dragon's emerging from the cave where you've been for perhaps quite a while. Yeah, I think this has been taking place over quite a while. The patience, you've had to have patience with the process. You've been creating something to bring you this feeling of just having everything you want. You've had to do it on your own. It's taken a lot of patience. You're feeling more balanced now. And it's leading you to a new beginning, a place of new beginning in abundance. You're coming out of your cave, you're coming into the world, and you're making your stamp on it. Lovely. Oh, okay. Saggy next. Sagittarius. Dragons. Ooh. Got lots of cups today, lots of water energy. I'm not taking all those. That's half the deck nearly. Okay. Dragons, give us some more guidance for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. I'm going to go with the, oh, we've got 3 there. Okay. Yep. 3. So, okay. Yep. Okay. So, Saggies. 7 of Cups. These are our hopes and dreams, like we said before. Lots of hopes and dreams. Some might be fantasies, but that's okay. Hopes and dreams. We're trying to create from this perhaps massive amount of hopes and dreams. We're trying to create something. Like I said before, make sure what you pick is going to make you happy. Choose that over finances. Yeah. For you as well, I would make sure it involves some sort of adventure. Even if it's not an adventure physically, it feels like an adventure because that will keep your interest. 4 of Wands. So the Wands energy here is fire. It's you. It's you in the reading. And we've got the Emperor here as well, who's a 4. He's the major arcana version. The 4 of Wands is a card of commitment and stability. It's like it can be the card of marriage. It can be the card of just making a commitment to something. I feel for you, it's about committing to one of these dreams that you have. And doing it from your own space. So even if you're in a relationship, commit to your dreams, not to somebody else's. The 5 of Wands is instability. It is about having to fight for your dream. There may be a little bit of that if you are trying to create something with somebody else, or you are in a relationship where you've decided you want to create something but the other person doesn't want to do that. then there might be a bit of conflict there. But there's growth on these wands. So any conflict you have, any imbalance, any problems are going to take you forward. They're not going to keep you stuck. Fire energy moves quickly. So it's not going to be a long-lasting issue. And it's actually moving you into this real place of leadership, power, foundation, stability. The Emperor knows exactly what he wants. He's got his armor on under his clothing. He's ready to fight for it if he needs to, only if he needs to. But he has the strength of conviction that he knows what he wants and he's going to go and find a way to do it. So that's good. It's a good leadership type energy, and it goes really well under the boundaries card, because the Emperor will say no, and he will mean it, and he will stick to it. Now, he doesn't say it in an unfair, antagonistic way. He says it with that full energy of self-realization. I know what I want. I know what's best for me. I am going to say no to whatever isn't that. So Sagittarius, it's quite a fiery time, but you're used to that. You work with fire really well. There's a lot of growth in anything that's coming. And you are ending up in a really secure position on your throne. Yeah, keep moving forward, but choose what you want to create or what you want in your life that will bring happiness, deep happiness. Yeah, choose wisely. And then, you know, these two cards, this one is showing stability, this one's showing stability. There's a little bit of conflict in between, but these two go together really nicely. Something's going to happen quite quickly as well. Okay, so who do we have next? We have Capricorn. Sorry, this is taking a while, and I know I can't timestamp things on this way of doing it. So Capricorn, I know you have to skim through, but Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars and Venus. What do we have for Capricorn, please? I feel like we need one more. One more card, please, for Capricorn. Right, well, Capricorn, this is love. Yep. This is love, Capricorn. This is love. We start with the Two of Cups, which is the card of love, soulmate relationships. Okay, really strong love, either coming in, being created, or already with you. The Four of Cups, though, is showing that there might be a little bit of boredom. You might need to ramp things up a little bit. There's a little bit of boredom, or you're ignoring something in this relationship that, if you actually embrace it, will bring you to the Ten of Cups, which is everything you could ever want for in love, in emotional fulfillment. And I'm saying that because we've got the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is the nightmare card. It's the one where we let our thoughts overrun us with all the things that could go wrong. So Three of these cups, you're completely turning your back away from, because they're actually they're past relationships that have gone wrong, and they are bringing in this these thought processes of nightmare scenarios. But this relationship is the one. This is the one that you are supposed to accept, that has none of this in it, that you've moved on from. You've got yourself to a place of, you've created a place of complete independence where you've put up your boundaries, you've done your work, you've got yourself into alignment with love that is so new and free and so amazing that you are looking at it and going, that can't possibly be right. I must be wrong. You're looking back to all your old ways of thinking. It must be wrong. It's going to hurt me again because every other time this has happened. And it's not true. This is a new soulmate contract coming in for you, or that you're creating, or that is already here. And it is offering you everything that you could ever ask for from love. This is just mental projection based on the old. But this is the new. This is a new creation. This is a new relationship. Even if it's not brand new, it's in its early stages, and it's offering you everything you can ever ask for. You need to say yes. And if this isn't about a relationship, if it is about work or something else in your life, it's about something that you really love that will bring you emotional fulfillment, that you are letting your nightmares get in the way of. Say yes. This is a massive yes, Capricorn. If you've had any doubts about anything, this is good. This is a yes. Go for it. And there's my moon. Right. What do we have next? Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars. Dragons. What do we have for Aquarius this month, this time in this universal energy? What do we have for Aquarius? There's more. Whoa, lots coming out here. So we've got the Magician, the Three of Swords, Temperance. Oh my goodness, the Hierophant. Oh my goodness me. Lots of major coming up for you, Aquarius. The Chariot and the Knight of Cups. Haha. Right. Okay. Well, the Magician. The Magician is the manifester, the master manifester, using all the tools of the tarot. So all the different elements to manifest something, to create something new. But there are three swords here that in normal tarot cards are sticking into a heart. This is the card normally of grief, of sorrow. I would say we've got Temperance at the other side, and we've got the Knight of Cups here. You are trying to create something new out of something that brought you some grief, some sorrow, some stress, anxiety. Something new is being created out of this energy. It's going to take a little bit of time and patience for you to really get yourself into balance again after whatever this was, but it's okay because it's going in the right direction. We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about tradition, marriage, those traditional values. And he's next to the Chariot. And the Chariot is about strength of your willpower, getting control of your masculine and feminine. At the moment, these two dragons are bickering. Black and white in your life, the yin and yang is bickering. It's not fully in control, but You are going to gain control of it. You're moving forward into a position of more control. But it's going to take a bit of time, and you might have to go by the book a little bit. You might have to look at sticking within some sort of societal norms, or if it's not that, then it's going to be sticking within those boundaries that society tells you to stay within, at least for the moment. Or it's about sticking to your own values, your own traditional values. What are they? Making sure you stay, because it's also touching the independence card, staying within your independent values, being sure of them. And that will help you to move forward, and to move forward into victory. The Knight of Cups is, he's the Knight of emotions. He's traveling towards whatever he loves. So you're in creative mode, not just because of this universal energy. You're really tapping into it, Aquarius, into this universal energy with the Magician. You have everything you need to create something from this sorrow and grief, something that will take you towards everything that you love. He's a Knights of action. They're taking us forward into something. The Chariot is taking us forward into something. So you are going forward from this place, which wasn't nice. You might even have created that on a soul level to get you out of being stuck. Yeah, I think that's what's happened. I think you have created something that ended up feeling a bit not great for a while, perhaps even awful, because you needed to get unstuck. And that has taken you into a time where there's going to be a bit of time passes where you find your balance again. You find where you need to be, where you need to go. And to do that, you're going to have to look to your own values, what you value most, what traditions you want to bring forward with you. And that will start bringing you into balance so that you can move forward into whatever it is that you love to do. I wouldn't really call this particularly a love reading. I would say this is deeper than that. It could be about love, it could be about work, it could be about life in general. There's no clear love, there's no clear work, finances. It is about you, and then how you personally, this is personal growth, basically. This is a personal growth reading. Yeah, so a lot going on there. Really powerful time for you, just like Virgo. 4 major arcana cards there. And we'll go into our last zodiac sign now. Thanks for bearing with me, Pisces. I know it's been a long time coming. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, and Venus. What do our lovely fish have to tell me right now? What are the dragons telling? Another one. Okay. You need another one. Pisces, that one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ha. Well, we start with Judgment. So that's that Judgment card again, that major arcana card. This is a major turning point in life where you are having to listen to your higher self, because actually, you know what? Even if you don't listen to your higher self, you're going to be dragged forward out of that old life into a new one anyway. If you turn your back on that call, it will keep following you. It's a bit of a time of fate and destiny. So you are being called into something new, into some new creation. And that creation is Your energy, Queen of Cups. It's about being in your, being in your personal power and integrity in love. So having your independence while having your interdependence. This queen and this dragon, you know, they're happy together. Yeah, they're working together. And there's a peacock feather there, look. I love that. That's like a peacock. Yeah. So you're being called into more of who you are in perhaps a different way to how you've been before. This Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles, remember, are earthly plane, material. There's action being taken that lays the foundations for a solid material abundance. And that is leading to a message that comes in quickly that lights you up, that brings that fire and passion that has been needed. But again, there's growth here by choosing the right option. There are 3 messages coming in. So this isn't as straightforward. There are 3 messages coming in. You will find which message to go with by looking to your personal boundaries. Where do you need to say yes and where do you need to say no? Because whatever you choose, these are all in place anyway. You're still being called into judgment. This is a new start, work, social life. It's a new start, a new beginning from this message. You're being called into your higher self. Your higher self is calling you into something. This is a fated time where you're being called into more of who you are, your intuitive, loving, kind, compassionate self. The Knight of Pentacles is taking action on her behalf. The Knight of Pentacles is taking or forging or questing forward to find that stable new beginning. An abundant place. No, it's not a new beginning, it's an abundant place. Look, he's looking towards her. You're being called up into this. He's helping her to get to that new place of abundance. And then this comes in, this Page of Wands. We need another card here. I feel like this is too... Right, so the Page of Wands almost comes in as a... Yeah, okay. So the Page of Wands comes in as a bit of a whammy. Like, oh my goodness, I thought I knew where I was going. Now I don't. Now I have new choices. And the choice to take, the one to make, is to be the Knight of Cups. Follow. This knight is taking action on emotional fulfillment. The Queen of Cups. He's leading you to the Queen of Cups, to love. So the messages that come in out of the blue, perhaps very quickly, the one to choose, because these messages, remember, they could be physical messages, but they could also be messages from your heart, messages from your soul, messages from your internal being. So they could come up as doubts, they could come up as mixed emotions. The one to choose is the Knight of Cups. Whatever is taking you towards being more fully you and towards love and emotional fulfillment, that is the message that you follow. That's the one you choose. Lovely. Love it. Okay. There we go. All done. So I'd love to hear from you, hear what you thought, how the reading for your sign or signs helped, or how you can see what's going on in your own life. Yeah, let me know. I know this has been a long time, but thank you for being here.